Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
it's not. Say it's not real.
Mm,
Oh shit.
mm.
Dude, throwing smoke. Joe B. Uncle Randy, goddamn. We fucking here. Look at this new Christmas presents. Rocking the new Christmas presents from Jody B of the Po Boys podcast. Shout out
Jody
to Jody
B.
B.
Powerful Jody B. God now.
Hell yeah, sending us Christmas cards. It was nice. It was very, very appreciated. Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers.
We are coming up on the last pay-per-view of 2019 UFC. They are it's one of the most stacked cards.
Oh, it's a big one.
It's 3 championship fights. Plus,
Yep.
I mean, Jose Aldo, Uriah Faber's on there. Fucking Matt Brown's on the prelims. Mike Perry
Prelims.
closing out the prelims. Like, it's just all around a stacked card. Potentially could be the best card of the year.
Yeah, I don't see how it couldn't be a great call. I mean, great fights. Just the matchups are good. They're strong fights. I think people are sleeping on um, Durandamy against Nunez because Nunez is a goat. We'll go into that when we break it down, but it's a stacked fucking card. I can't wait. It's time for Kobe and Usman to get it on. Goddamn, I just hope nobody fucks up with their weight cuts. No bullshit happens. We can
Right.
get this shit over with.
No
Find out who
Talgate.
Jorge is going to be fighting after he fights Nick and Connor.
uh, I think the only thing I worry about, and I mean, I guess it's with any cards, but it seems to be coming more of an issue, are fuck ups from the refs or issues with judging.
Oh, it's getting real bad.
Like they need to do something, and it's bad when you start to see like the veteran refs start making the same mistake. Who was it? Mario Yamasaki that was basically blackballed because he just
Well,
kept
he was
fucking up.
stopping fights so early
Yeah.
that Dana White, he would either stop him so early or he let Valentina beat a girl nearly to death
Yeah. Yeah.
and didn't stop it.
So I feel bad for Dan Murgulata. It's hard when you're in there. I watched the end of Alistair's fight several times, and it's like, is it a valid stoppage? 4 seconds left. Was it enough to say, all right, that's it? It was a walk off versus the going until the ref stops you. I mean,
Uh-huh.
part of it, I would imagine, as a professional, is when somebody's out, right?
Yeah,
But still, you are supposed to continue until the very end.
I agree. And honestly, my contention on it, I hated to say it because I picked Big Boy.
Mm-hmm.
We both did, I think, but
Yeah.
Alistair was winning that whole fight. He was fighting great. Everybody's acting like he's in the grave. He out wrestled it. Alistair looked awesome. And then he takes that, I mean, Thunderdome to the fucking face, splits his lip from the damn
Oh,
rooter to the tutor. But the thing is I think he was out on the punch. He hit the fence. I think it woke him up. And he was still like, you know what? Back in the day, those fights would have went on and he could have outlasted and still won the fight. I don't think it was, honestly, in my opinion, against my pick. I think they should have let it continue because Alistair had put in such good work. I think it's a disservice to Alistair. He's a warrior. He's got 91 fights. He wouldn't want. You got to know your fighters too. And just in that instance, my opinion, it wasn't clear cut. I don't like when you hit somebody and you act like it's a walk off before the ref calls it
right.
off. Like that's a bad move. That's a rookie move.
Sometimes when they drop the like with the walk off, like when
Well,
they
Mark Hunt
drop,
style.
dude, and they're stiff.
Yeah.
Like there's no bounce back. But my one thing, at least with Alistair, is you see him, he hits that cage, he slides down and kind of like realizes, oh fuck, looks up. But then when he goes to get up, like he doesn't even go towards Rosenstruck.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of not wobbles, but he looks off balance going to his corner.
Yeah. No,
But
I mean,
I don't get how you wave it off with 4 seconds left. Like you stop. How did those 4 seconds happen? Right when he hit the cage to the ground, because he didn't really call it off. Oh, he did
Yeah.
when he was on the ground, kind of. I guess he must have waved his hands. Um,
No, he
I
didn't
don't know.
wave it off like the second the punch landed, like that he was stiff. Now, the only way you could see that Alistair was out is because the cameras are so good now. They had a good angle, slow mode it. You could see his eyes kind of faded to on the punch, which anybody would. That was a fucking right-handed missile that landed flush on your damn mandible right there, and it split his lip. But he was right back now, and you got to remember back to fights where Frankie Edgar, like we talked about, his fucking fights with Maynard. You got
Yeah.
Matt Hughes actually had a fight where he fucking knocked himself out, slamming a guy off the cage, and they declared him the winner as he was waking up because
Yeah.
they were both out. Like there's shit, like you got to let these guys fight somewhat, or we're gonna get so they're mainstreaming it so fast, it's gonna end up like the NFL where it's a fucking penalty every second. Like they got to keep some of the rawness and be okay with these guys know what they're signing up for. I know it's brutal, but they know what they're doing. They're professionals.
Yeah. No, I agree. A good win for Rosenstruck.
Huge win.
He fought hard. He was eating a lot of shots. He didn't really look that damaged though. His
No, and he showed he had a gas tank.
Yeah, he I mean towards the end it was a lot more flurries than in the beginning and like a lot more rest time. But I just don't see how you don't just give him the I mean, I get how he got the win and it's fine. Like I don't think it should be contested or appealed to be a no contest,
I agree.
but him and
I just think it's one
Francis.
of, like you just said, to your point, it's another sign of Dan Mergliotta's deterioration as a referee. It's no knock on Dan as a person. Everybody hits a wall in their profession, right? I mean, the guy's
Yeah.
had triple bypass surgery on his heart. He's a long time, one of the best refs we've ever had in the sport, but he's blowing calls and he's making mistakes. And you know what? In the real world, out where I work and you work and everybody else works, you know what? You're fired.
Yeah.
There's got to be some changes, and they have to hold him accountable. Now, I don't know what the commissions will do, but he needs. What's up, old Vincent? What's going on, dog? We got old Vincent from MMA Twitter. Said he'd come check us out.
Oh hell yeah! What's up, Vincent? How's it going on?
Yeah, I think he's Little Big Vince on MMA on Twitter with us. He's fucking awesome. Knows his shit too about MMA. I love that guy. But back to Mergliotta, man. I mean, I think you got to look at it. I mean, the Struve thing. Struve's 7 foot tall. He's
Dude.
probably got a dick the size of a baby's arm, right? Stuffed into a cup. And he gets kicked there twice, and Mergliotta's advising him on, you know what? Hey, don't be a bitch. Keep it. You got 90 seconds left. You're winning the fight by a mile. You can't say that as a ref. You just can't do it.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
conflict of interest.
yeah. He definitely fucked up with that sound by getting out of. Yeah, you're winning. You're not supposed to. No, you can't tell people that, dude. Those kicks look brutal. Like I mean, out of all like the nut kicks, like to see when you see big men go down and are writhing in pain, you know that shit fucking hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, this is a great point right here.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. That's the first sign right there of fuckery. When he's covering his mic when he was talking,
yeah,
so nobody heard. That shows, for one, first thing, that you're doing some fuckery. But with Struve, right, like I've talked about it with ball hits, dude, they're brutal. People don't, if you've never been kicked in the nuts, even grazed in the nuts, it's terrifying. But when he got kicked the second time, my nuts went up into my throat. Like I was like, dude, DQ, man, fuck. Those are
yeah. Right.
Rothwell Savage kicks.
Do you think he should have DQ'd it right there? I was in favor of DQing it. I couldn't believe Struve got up again to go. Yeah. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, I felt bad for Struve because you can't say he wasn't compromised, right? And he was fighting for the first time. He was fighting like a tall 7-footer, like for the first time ever. He was fighting long, smart, a great fight. And 2 times Rothwell kicks him right in the fucking big dick. And to Vincent's point right there, the crowd was like agging him on. You remember that? Did you hear that? Like when Stu
Yeah.
would be on the ground, they'd be booing. When he would stand up and look like he was going to continue, they'd go ape shit.
Yeah,
And
I
I
mean,
think that
because
may have been a little bit of what got in Mergliotta's head.
yeah, you're overcoming the adversity. But seriously, dude, ball kicks, but ain't nobody like, I want to get up and keep going after this shit.
No, dude, I've had some stomach aches from ball strikes that go 30 minutes to an hour. You know, it's a fucking terrible feeling.
Yeah,
And then
he's
you just
definitely.
pile that on to getting a bunch of punches to the face, and Struve more looked like he was like, fuck this.
No, he definitely like to have him go and actually take the full 5 minutes. I think he's going to be the first person I've seen take the full 5 minutes twice.
Have you ever seen somebody like there's a lot of times with ball kicks where I know it's bullshit, right? Like that it didn't hit the cup. You could tell it hit the thigh, but they called it. And smart veterans, especially guys like Romero and shit, are going to milk it and take all the time, which is smart.
Yeah.
Struve, I felt so bad for him. There was no faking. He's not a like he was 7 foot of man rolling around with his testicles up in his esophagus.
Oh, dude,
Fuck.
fucking brutal. Aspen Ladd came back, got the
Yeah,
win.
she looked good.
Yeah.
In the last round, once her coach got in her ass, one of the best fucking corner speeches I've heard in a long time. Fine. And it was for a female fighter. That shows how savage females have gotten in the sport. But he was talking to her tougher than any fucking coaches talk to their men anymore. He was like, you got to suck it the fuck up. You got to go. Go, go, go.
I mean, she needs to, especially after coming off her little lawsuit trying to get it overturned because the referee was Strex's. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. There was some fuckery as far as the reffing goes, which need almost like fighters, you need that new blood to step up, but also be accurate too. You can't have new people coming in and fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, they've got to find a crop of the next wave of refs, you know, just to, like anything, you got to be able to replenish and have people coming up, but you can't just depend on, you know, your Big John, who called it a career, commentating at Bellator now, doing an excellent job. Shout out to Big John.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Herb and Dan, and it's like they get every fight. But you got Dan fucking up not only in the UFC but over in Bellator. Got in that fucking skirmish with MVP and shit. He's inserting himself into the fights like umpires and refs in football that you don't want to do. We shouldn't even know you're there,
right?
If you're doing your job right.
Yeah, unless there's an issue that you need to step up, you should be out of the fucking way.
Now, what about Alistair's new vagina on his
Oh my god, dude. So I got into a scrap with a friend and I cut his, I mean, it was small. It was like the length of like an eyebrow hair in the corner of his mouth. I felt fucking horrible. Blood everywhere. It is a bad fucking murder scene. But to see that, dude, that was so huge. Like that's why I'm like, all right, I get that I was okay with the stoppage because if you see the size of that thing, like what did you want him to do? He couldn't battle back from that. Granted, it was 4 seconds left, so it's such a weird place to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think you got to let it go, man. My only thing about blood is if it's running into your eyes. If it's not running into your eyes, it's like Nate Diaz says, blood don't hurt, baby. I know it hurts public, like the optics of it. And trust me, I'm with you. Like that was up through his lip tissue into facial tissue. It wasn't just his lip anymore.
Right. Like it's like a crater that's going to be on the face. Like that's a lot of stitches and that's a lot of scar. It is a fight.
I mean, it made Robbie Lawler's look like nothing. And Robbie Lawler's was the worst thing I'd ever seen prior to that, as far as lip goes.
Yeah, no, he'll definitely take the cake now. Like Perry's nose is the total for nose breaks. His
Dude,
lip
I love
is
some
now
platinum, man.
the bar.
If there's a guy that's gonna be the first diagnosed case of CTE, it's gonna be him. You can hear him already deteriorating.
Right, yeah, the stumble when he got up. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so too. Like you were saying, especially when he didn't step toward Big Boy, he stepped more toward his cornerman.
Yeah,
which he
he
didn't
went.
know where the fuck he was stepping, clearly. And neither would I. I'm not judging Al, like, but he looked good so much in that fight that I think people are acting like he's done when it was one of his better fights in a long time. He just got the Thunderdome dropped on him, which that's going to do damage to anybody.
So you let him go fight Ngannou and then maybe get it back.
Who, Big Boy?
Hmm. Yeah, you got to let. Right, he's got to move on. He's already called him out. Ngannou's there, so it's already got a little bit of hype going behind it.
Yeah, I
The
actually think it's going to happen more so because Ngannou went on Ariel Helwani's show today and said, I need to see more. So somebody has coached Ngannou into not just accepting it, like start a little back and forth. So here we go on the, which is a good sign in my opinion.
learn how to talk a little bit of shit.
But man, that's going to be a fucking. I hope it's not another Derek Lewis and fucking Ngannou though. I don't think so. Big Boy, man, that's something that you only knows haymakers.
Yeah, I think he's ready to go. He has some good kicks. He got Alistair with a good
Yeah,
head kick. Like he got his leg up there. He's just ready to prove that he's the African to take it all.
Well,
I'm down for it.
I want to hear from you. I want to actually ask you a question. Moving into the UFC 245 coming up. I don't know if we are planning already to go there, but I got to get this off my chest. I want to get it in too before we're out of time.
Go ahead, baby.
The Uriah Faber Yan fight. What's your thoughts of that? Who are you taking? Have you made your pick yet?
No, I mean it's Monday, but no. I mean I like Faber. I want to see him come back and get another run. I really want to see him fight TJ. Uh, for for the opportunity. I know he's hungry and he wants to get against Cejudo, which would be an interesting fight. Peter looked really good in his last fight. I'd probably lean more towards Uriah just because I want to see him get that last chance in. And then if he,
Yeah.
if he loses, you stumble, you go away. Like it's no big thing. Peter's still young and has more time left where Uriah is 40, came back out of retirement. I want to see him here for the exciting fights. So
Yeah, he says he's back for one last run at the strap. So let's say we take him at his word for that. That means if he loses this fight, he'll retire.
mhm.
So he's got a lot to lose, right? And if you look at the odds, he's a huge underdog. I mean, he's like a plus 375
Ching ching,
underdog.
make
So
that
you can
money.
make a lot of money on Faber. I'm actually picking Faber too, which is shocking to me because Yan is such a huge favorite. I just think somehow Uriah's going to keep him close, make it ugly, which is how what Uriah wants. He needs to make that fight ugly. Yeah, he is back for the ESPN. That's for sure. And yeah, but I think he'll make it ugly and actually win. So that's surprising. We're both taking a huge underdog in this one. And so is Vincent. He took Uriah.
Gotta play that DraftKings and get that money.
Dude, get that paper. I would love to see Uriah Faber be the one that welcomes TJ back. That now that you said that, that would be epic.
Yeah, right. You got to almost make that fight. There's so much bloodlust there from both sides. They don't like each other. The story has been built since he left Alpha Male.
Yep.
How do you not make that fight? TJ looking all swollen, fat and shit, saying he's coming back at lightweight.
Yeah. All right. So on the Moraes fight and Aldo, have you seen the pictures of him since he made this cut?
He's scary. I don't
He
know.
looks thin, but he's done it well in advance, which is smart. He dropped his body weight. He didn't wait till the week of the fight, you know?
Right. Yeah. I know there was talk in the beginning if he was going to be able to get down to the weight. So he started early, which was nice. But again, I don't know. After his little beat down, although he did look really good, but that wasn't with the giant weight cut, his last fight.
Yeah, he's an underdog. He's at I think he's a minus 135, and you got Marias at I think like plus 200 or minus 200 favorite. I'm worried about Aldo making weight. I really am. No matter what, that's a huge cut when you look at body percentage. You know, when you get down to 135 or 145, To get to
Right.
135, that's a big chunk of your body weight. I know he's been eating salad and shit.
But it's a
Oh,
lot.
this is,
Yeah.
he's been eating like 2 pounds of salad a day has been his diet, he said. So I worry about his strength being all on, that kind of
Yeah.
a vegetable, vegan basically diet, dropping to 135. However, something in the old Randy Tits is telling me to take Aldo in this fight. I'm taking Aldo.
Damn. I don't know, man. I think I might actually go with Marlon on this one.
All right. That's fair. That gives a little mix it up. Now, if Joby or Joby, if Aldo doesn't make weight, then,
Dude,
you know, my,
it's such a
my
fucking.
that's going to be a scrap. I don't want to see a catch weight.
As
It's
long as
going to
he's
be,
not like Gaslam.
oh, dude. Gaslam, what about Calvillo? That girl, she missed weight by fucking 5 pounds. Her second
Dude,
time missing weight at UFC DC. You got to make weight. Now, I do give females, I hate to say it, but I do have a wife, and I know that based on their menstrual, man, they can fluctuate 10 pounds. I mean, it sucks, but that's real. They can carry bloat, and that's timing. That sucks.
but I mean, should they
So
have
what
done this?
about?
Should they have let her fight?
Yeah, I mean, I think they should have let her. They let the
Or
fight go, and I think they make her go up in weight though. She's got to get the old Dana White treatment, and she's got to move up in weight. I hate to say it, but she shows she's not dependable, and she's good enough. She should be more professional with that. So
agree.
I think they make her move up for her next fight.
Yeah, they should.
That's what I would do. Now, the interesting thing to me, everybody knows me and you both think Nunez is a GOAT or the GOAT. I mean, you can't argue with the resume,
Fucking
right?
legend killer. Yeah.
Durandamy, though, I know about her fuckery with Cyborg and all that shit, but where there's a hole in this game, if people that pay attention, where Durandamy is a terror to people, is she's a counter striker from hell, and Nunez is going to come forward throwing bombs, and that's actually, I think, a mistake on her part, where she could get caught with one of Randamy's bombs herself. Like, it could be interesting. You can't sleep on Durandamy. She's a huge underdog. She's 250 dog. Nunez is a minus 320 favorite.
Are you
I'm
taking?
picking Nunez, of course.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say
But you cannot sleep on Durant. It's not going to surprise me. I think people can make some money. So if you want to make some money, this is the first one where I say take the dog. I hate to say that because I love Amanda Nunez.
Uh, yeah, you're right. The fuckery with Cyborg definitely put me off Durandame just because it's how are you running? You are the champion and you're like, nah, fuck this shit. I don't want that. Amanda's never turned down a fight. She's come in and gone against all the killers. She's ready to take Cyborg on again. She don't give a fuck. She'll take them all on. Guys, girls, it don't matter.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Oh
But
shit.
the thing is, if she's in that same like, I may be saying exactly what Vincent's saying. Okay, no, but in I'm relating to what he's saying. In that instance where Nunez knocked out Cyborg, in that exchange, Durandamy is way more dangerous because she throws very straight punches. She's a fucking phenomenal striker, and she can hit you on the end of her fucking punches just like Amanda can. So it's actually a very interesting scrap. If they just come forward and meet, it could be the fucking fireworks fight of the night.
Do you think that Amanda switches it up instead of just going and striking, takes her down?
She absolutely could. I don't think she will. I think she's got too much fight in her. She's too scrappy, but I think her corner, and they have coached her and her wife to fight a little smarter in this fight, especially early, because Nunez has also been known and she's been knocking everybody out early, but she came from a long time of having gas tank problems.
Right. Yeah.
Lots of in her early time of her career, like when Kat Zingano beat her to death. So I would, if I'm Durandamy, I'm trying to drag her into waters or get her to exchange with me and be
Right.
pissed off. I want her mad so I can counter her and catch her.
Yeah. Vincent agrees. She wants to bang. You never know. Sometimes you just switch it up. You think you're gonna come in and bang, and then they just switch it up. Although again, I love Amanda. She is definitely one of the goats, if not. I mean, it's her and Jones.
Yeah,
They come in, they fight the top guys, and they beat the top guys enough so that now you're not that Durandamain's not one. Like she's definitely top tier, but after her, who else do you have coming up?
yeah.
Like this
No, I
pretty
mean,
much ends the division for her. I'm pretty sure Amanda's going to take it up.
yeah. I mean, Amanda Nunez, when she fights, when she throws, her just hands. If you watch her hands in all the training I've ever done, her hands are some of the best I've ever seen. They're so straight and they all mean business. She's fucking brutal. And Durandamy's not far behind her with that. Durandamy just fucked herself publicly, like a public relations nightmare with her avoidance of Chris Cyborg. And I
Yep.
think she knows that. And I think she knows her only chance of running that back and getting that back is to beat the chick that beat Cyborg. So this fight's everything to Durandamy.
Oh, that's a fair
So
point.
it's a chance to make money. I'm just saying, you
Yeah,
got
dude,
the
that's
money.
a
You want to take a dog.
oh shit.
All right, Vince wants to talk about Colby.
I saw that.
I like that shit because I love this fucking fight. I love some Colby Covington. Now, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you my argument first, Joe, and then
Go
you
ahead.
chime in. You tell me what you think. But when it comes to Colby and Usman, I broke them both down. Here's what Uncle Randy thinks, goddamn. Colby's the volume guy, no doubt about it. We know about the 515 significant strikes against Robbie Lawler. The clinic, nobody does that to Robbie Lawler. He did it. Usman's got more power, though. In the one punch power, I give that to Usman. They're two different kind of wrestlers, too. Like Colby's probably the more decorated, being a Division I champion. But Usman is like a power wrestler where Colby can wrestle for a month straight and never get tired. It could be a hour-long fight, and he's going to be fine. So I expect as soon as the fucking bell rings, Colby is going to be on Usman's front toe. He needs to be right in his face from the jump, and he wants Usman pissed off. And so that comes down to the psychology shit that Colby's been doing, and he's won that. Usman was ready to fight him at the fucking press conference for real. Had his shirt off, flexing and shit. That's playing right into Colby's hands, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, you that's kind of like when Aldo was gassed up against McGregor and came in flying 13 seconds. You know the rest of the story. So I can see where Kobe's getting into his brain to force Usman to fight his fight and not implement his own game plan.
Here's what's crazy about Usman, though. He's got 100% takedown defense. 100% takedown defense.
Damn.
It's fucking crazy. Then you got Colby, but what he does so well, right, that nobody else has had the recipe for is a lot of people mix shit up, right? They can chain wrestle and shit. Colby can mix his kicks or his punches and his combinations with a power double, or he can put you against the fence and get you to the ground off of a fucking head kick.
Yeah.
Everything's a combination with him. He's way more technical than people give him credit for because he's way smarter than they think. Because of his gimmick, they think he's a dumbass.
I mean, he's kind of a dumbass still, but smart dumbass. Like he's good at playing the dumbass.
Oh yeah, I mean, he just saw what he had to do, to be relevant.
Yeah, I took it and ran with it. Is this the? Do you think that people care less about this fight than any other welterweight fight, that championship that they've had?
No, if Colby wasn't in this with his gimmick, dude, it'd be a snooze fest. You couldn't even make it the main event, in my opinion. I mean, and that's sad to say because Usman, as good as he is, I mean, I think he's on like a 14 fight win streak. It's fucking incredible. But he's got the personality of Stefan Struve's nutsack after that fight. He's got nothing to offer on the mic. And I hate that because that's changing away from the sport I fell in love with. That had nothing to do with it. But now you got to have some chops.
Yeah, definitely have to have chops now. I think what Kobe referred to him as Woodley 2.0. Dude, right in front of Woodley. I was like, damn, dude, that's all right. I'm down to see these scraps, but it's more so I'm hoping that he wins, or I want to see him win, just so I can see him in Masvidal.
Well, yeah, I mean, I laid out what my roadmap is, and me and you agree on that. I think Jorge's going to fight Nick soon. That's going to be announced really soon. I jumped the gun on a fucking troll that posted it, and I thought it was real, and fucking retweeted it.
uh,
And fucking Vince actually saved me on that shit. It fucked me up, and so I was able to get rid of it. But that fight's going to happen. I really believe it, and it'll happen soon. Jorge, I hate to say it 'cause I love the Diaz brothers. Everybody knows that, but I think Jorge beats Nick. He moves on. He fights Connor. Connor off his win against Cowboy. They fight. He beats Connor, but Connor's able to use the I'm too small for 170, and he can always go back to 155, fight Nate for the trilogy, no matter what. Doesn't matter his record on that. He just needs to beat Cowboy, and then that puts Jorge in a position at the end of the year to fight Colby, and Colby has no choice but to defend that strap. And then we got some real shit, some real gangster shit, and we can find out who's the motherfucking man.
I don't want to see Jorge and Connor. I think it is a horrible, horrible fight. It is gonna be just it's murder. Like it just I don't see Connor beating him. I want to see the trilogy just to see it again. I
Yeah,
think Nate takes the trilogy,
I do too. I like it. If Nate can
not be cut.
not get and not fight in New York, man. That's
Yeah.
the crazy shit, man. I would stay away from New York, man. Especially if it cuts easy. Fuck that place, man. That shit pissed me off.
I'm curious to see just the Cowboy Connor spectacle as it is. I'm hoping Connor. I don't know. I don't even really care if he wins. Like I'd want to see Cerrone just get it, just to have that win. And eventually, I think Connor is going to go away. I am so over Connor. It's horrible. I feel really bad. He's as meh as his whiskey is.
Oh, dude, his whiskey's fucking terrible. But he gets to he gets to ride the wave off of the smart decisions he made as an up and coming fighter. And he put Dana in a position where Dana has to support him and back him. That's why Dana's supporting him fighting at 170. This isn't a mistake, folks. Like, this isn't,
Right.
oh, he's
No.
doing somebody a favor. Connor's heavier. He's fine at 170. I hate that fucking excuse. Oh, he's too small. Bullshit. Nate fought at 155. Jorge can make 155. Quit using and building in these excuses for your fucking favorite little bitches. Don't do that. It makes them look bad too to real fucking MMA fans. That excuse holds no water, and it makes you look terrible, Dana and Connor, when they say I'm too small for what. Then bitch, don't fight at it.
Right. Yeah.
We're pretending that bullshit. We know better.
Fuck. It'd be like me fighting at heavyweight just because I weigh that now. I'm fucking 5'5". I would get murdered.
Well, so who are you
Uh,
taking before I break it down? Because now I want to know your pick. I'm taking Colby. Are you taking Colby?
yeah.
Okay, we're both taking Colby. Now in the Max Holloway fucking Alex fight, who do you got? I'll let you go first.
Max, baby. I fucking love Max. I don't. Alex is good. I think it's going to be a challenge as far as his hands go, but I don't know. Holloway is good. I think he's ready to show that he still has it. Seems like he's been off for a while. I know his last fight was the Poirier one.
No, he came back and pieced up Frankie Edgar real quick.
I mean, come on, man. Does that count?
Back at 145 to get a win under his belt.
Does that count? That's what I'm saying. Does that count?
Yeah, no, I'm
I
with
mean,
you. He
I'd
was so
like.
much bigger than Frankie. It was weird to watch. He's so much longer.
I mean, come on. I think he needs the win. He's got a lot to prove still. He still wants to get them to have that fight in Hawaii. So the only way they're gonna do that is if your champion is still rocking that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna piss a lot of people off because I love Max Holloway. Everybody knows that. Goddamn, he's a warrior.
Oh, how
He's
dare
been
you?
one since he was a fucking kid, and he's still young in the sport. But he's had a lot of fucking wars. He's such a warrior. I think Alex takes the strap, boys. I really do. I think he
Ooh.
takes the strap. His last two fights, he's been the underdog. He's won those both. He's been big underdogs. I just feel like everything's coming together at a time where I think he's going to leave with the strap. Now, here's how Max can ensure that doesn't happen. Max needs to, for the first time, make this a grappling. Dude, Max has fucking ground game that's mad sick. And he doesn't use it because he's got so much of that fucking Hawaiian heart. He wants to scrap all the time. I mean, everybody knows, point to the fucking center line. Let's throw the fuck down. Max Holloway, that's why we love him. But I don't think he should play that game with Alex here. I think he needs to grapple. And I don't know if he will.
It would be interesting to see some sort of change up where, again, you think that because of who it is that he's going to come out and bang the whole time, and to see him switch it up and just nail takedown, work his jujitsu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because his takedown accuracy, people don't know this either with Max. He's fucking 83% takedown accuracy. It's fucking incredible. He's a machine when he uses it. It's like watching a Diaz brother and they don't use their fucking jiu-jitsu. It's maddening.
Yeah.
Maddening. It's madness.
Shit.
Because he's got the skills. You
Yeah.
know, of course, like everybody, you worry about Max because he's had so many fucking wars and he's so tough. My heart, I want him to win. I want him to retain, stay champion. I want to see him get to run that back with Conor, get the big payday, and get that win back.
Yeah.
But there's not Conor can't stay relevant and taking this many losses to be able to fight everybody to make these red panty nights. Eventually, those are going to go away with Conor McGregor.
I would hope so. I mean, it seems like there's a lot more. I don't want to say casuals because I'm pretty much casual half the time. But there are those Irish people, man, from Ireland. I think he's still going to bring a lot of clout for a while. Even if he lost, they would still ride with him, hoping that he gets that. Oh, this is going to be the one where he turns it around, and then never does.
Yeah, he's got to get a win against Cowboy though.
Oh yeah, no, he
has to.
Yeah, he needs a win.
You can't finish the boat like Vince said. Casuals may let Conor stay relevant, but folks like us, it's unacceptable to me if he can still demand the shit that he gets, and he hadn't beat anybody in years. You know, I can't take it anymore.
Have you seen Twitter? People still jump on him. They love him. He could lose it.
You know, I lost a lot of respect for him when he hit that old dude in the bar, dude. I mean, fuck that. That's just bitch shit.
I mean, that
on a whole nother level. I know he's a fucking great fighter. He'd kick my head off my shoulders and shit, whatever. But that's a bitch move. I would say that to his face. I think he understands that now too. That was a bitch move. You don't hit an old man because he doesn't want to drink your shitty whiskey.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The shit's terrible, by the way. I hate to say it. I bought it. I wanted to try it. Jameson's better. Sorry.
Yeah, it was definitely man. But that's what Jameson did. You hear that? Like it was right afterwards. They had Holloway go to Ireland for Jameson. No. That's how savage Jameson is.
All right. Well, I think that's got it. So it is great though that Matt Brown is on the undercard. I love some Matt Brown. Fucking immortal. Dude, always have a soft spot in my heart because he fought my buddy Josh Hall to get into the house on Ultimate Fighter and beat him. And Josh was working him till he gassed in the mid to late second round. But if you ever go back and watch that on Fight Pass, it was fucking great. Shout out to Josh Hall. Powerful Josh Hall now doing yoga and motivational speaking.
Vincent says that Proper 12 is better than JMO.
I got to disagree there. The Proper 12, there's something to it that
it tastes like Tullamore.
I don't know, man. When I tasted it, just tasted like cheap to me, but I'm not a huge whiskey guy. So you're more versed on whiskey than me. I'm a beer guy.
I drink Jameson a lot. I thought Proper 12 tasted like Tullamore, basically. It's almost like they just poured Tullamore in a different bottle.
Now,
it's not as smooth.
He has made a lot of money with that whiskey, regardless of what me and you think.
That is true.
He has made a killing. But if he has to keep fucking fighting these lawsuits from all these fucking chicks,
also saying
Jesus.
I am also a weed guy there, Vincent.
Oh shit. I think everybody is except for me. Like I've definitely got
What'd you
to
say?
get into the game.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You're fine.
No, but I mean I need it like all this science is coming out about how good it is for your inflammation and anxiety and shit. I just don't need no shit that's gonna make me freak the fuck out. I need something that's gonna make me chill the fuck out.
So
Uncle
indica, you
Randy's
just
amped up all the time, goddamn. I need something that's gonna help me take the edge off.
you get the indica and you be fine. You
Indica.
just be
Let me write that
indica,
down, goddamn.
be in the couch, just blah.
And I've told you before the stories, right? Of every time I've fucking partaken in the damn greenery, goddamn. I smoke
Yeah.
everything around me and then I end up so high I can't feel my limbs.
All right. Well, also, it's not the 60s. You don't have to do that. The shit that we have nowadays, there's science behind it. So, one, maybe two, but if you're starting out, one, and just leave it alone.
Yeah, that's my problem, goddamn. I can't leave it alone.
It's because you're a savage. No, I'm glad to see Matt Brown back against Ben Saunders. Although it's weird saying older names now, especially I thought because he was done. I thought after Cowboy was it? Yeah, Cowboy
Yeah,
ended and
Cowboy
then
kicked his head off.
yeah, I thought that was the end. But
What I think is
I'm
good,
back.
I think this is going to be a great display. There's going to be a lot of good elbows and clinch work in this fight with Ben Saunders and Matt Brown. You're going to see them elbows coming out, goddamn, from Matt Brown. And Ben Saunders ain't no joke with that Muay Thai shit either. Long, tall, legs, fucking 6 feet long. It could be a burner. It could be a great fight.
Mike Perry's fighting Jeff Neal.
Yeah,
I
what do you
thought
think about that? I'm interested to see how that nose holds up. Goddamn, that nose was the worst broken nose I've seen in decades.
ever, dude, when your shit's near your ear
Holy
and
shit!
flat,
Does
it's
it look the same? Have you seen it?
I have not seen a picture of him now.
I haven't seen it since either. I don't know if he looks right or if you can tell that some bitch was rebuilt because that
Oh,
was the worst nose break,
it was Smash City. Fucking Smash
dude.
City.
He is
But
one thing he is though is he's entertaining and not a very where I say Colby's entertaining, but he's also smart. I can't say that about Mike Perry. I don't know if he is very smart, but he's entertaining.
right, yeah.
And he comes to throw. He
Yeah,
throws
no.
smoke every time he comes out. Goddamn, that's one thing you got to say about him.
Is he gonna be like another one that never gets over that hump? Gets so
Yeah,
far into it, but just can't seem
I don't,
to break the cusp.
yeah. I mean, I like Mike Perry a lot, but I don't think he could ever be champion. And that's no knock on him, because I could never be either. But I don't see him ever being a champion. But I see him as a guy that you want to see fight forever.
Yeah. It's like
I'm always down to see him scrap. I don't want to see him cut or anything. I think it'd be a bad move to cut him no matter what, really,
there's
until he becomes a danger to himself, of like head
Diego
trauma.
Sanchez.
Like
He's the new Diego Sanchez.
yeah, fucking Diego, boy, one of my favorites of all time. And boy, he went off the fucking reservation. And he was already off the reservation. But when he left Jackson Wink, Jesus Christ, for no reason. Like just he met that dude that got into his head about all this fucking fountain of youth and movement shit. And then all of a sudden he up and left Jackson Wink. It's weird.
Yeah, that seemed like a bad move. But again,
I'm interested more in John Jones. What I'm liking about John Jones, to give our little John Jones segment, because we both like him a lot as far as his abilities. I like the fact that now on Twitter, he just quit giving a fuck. No more trying to be Jesus. Now he's just like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. You eat my ass. He's being the real John Jones. And I think that's good for him. Just be the bad guy. If everybody wants you to be the bad guy, fuck it and kick their fucking ass.
just stay out of trouble out of the
Yes,
ring.
please. And I want to see the old John Jones come in here against the Dominic Reyes. And I think it's going to take the old John Jones to beat him. I do.
Yeah. I with that fight coming. What's that? January?
Yeah, I
Is that
think it
when they're
is
trying to get
January. It's
that
not
done?
far away. They're, he
Or
started camp.
February?
He's heavy. You should post a picture. John's huge. Looks
Yeah,
like his brother playing in the NFL.
I mean, it was scary when he was like going through that weightlifting phase while he was off.
Oh, the
Where
powerlifting phase.
oh my god.
Yeah, he got huge.
But yeah, I think it might be February for his return. I'm down. I love John. I'm fucking out of the ring, off field shit aside, like that is what it is. But he comes, shows up every time. It sucks because he'll always be picograms no matter what. Even though USADA's come out now and said we're gonna change our ratings because our equipment is now too good
Yeah.
and we pick up everything, which is that's fine. They should have done that. So now, but it's still gonna be. It's never gonna go away. He'll always be picogram.
Well, yeah, but to every real fan of MMA, they'll tell, like, when anybody asks me or talks to me about John Jones and they say his record and they say that he has a loss on his record, I immediately dismiss them. He doesn't have a loss. He's never been beat. Never. Closest he's ever been was Gustafson in that first fight.
Yeah.
And he was banging whores and fucking snorting coke, before he caught the fucking plane over to Switzerland.
Uh,
And that's fine and good, but he hasn't been beat, and I think he's almost become complacent in that, to where he needs to be pushed again and needs a rival. And that's where I kind of agree with Vincent, where I'm worried about Reyes being so green, that if it gets if it becomes ugly and it starts going into later rounds, that's what I don't think he's ready. He hasn't felt that yet, where John has felt every bit of it. Oh, for sure, Vince. Picogram ain't doing a damn thing. I didn't even giving you a boner, son. Picogram is nothing.
If he gets through Reyes, do you give him Corey Anderson next? Assuming Corey Anderson wins, because I think he's got a fight coming up.
Yeah,
well.
I don't honestly no. I think after this fight, John needs to go ahead and, while he's in his prime, take that leap to heavyweight if he wants to make the big money. I mean, it's up to him, but I think it's inevitable. He's going to move up to heavyweight and start cleaning that fucking division out. And there ain't a big boy around that I think beats John Jones right now. I think he runs through everybody. He's just as big. They think he's smaller. No, he's not, dude. If he doesn't cut weight, John's as big of a heavyweight as anybody. And his fucking span, he's so fucking long.
But do you not give Corey Anderson the opportunity for the strap before making John move up?
No, I could see Corey Anderson getting fucked.
Again.
Like John moving up and then Corey getting to fight for an interim belt, which still never gives him the real deal. You know what I mean? We both love Corey Anderson. But that's how I could see it happening for Corey. As John moves up, Dana's like, all right, Corey, here's your shot. Get to fight for the interim belt. And that's just,
dick move.
Belts are everything, which is why I love my boy Jorge. Game bred, goddamn. Fuck their belts. I want your money. Your money. That's all I want.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck a belt. I don't really care about the belts anymore either. I want to see good fights.
Do you know that Henry Cejudo is ranked number 3 as the pound for pound
fighter? Yeah, I don't know how that is going. Oh shit, Vincent doesn't think John beat Stipe. I do. I don't think Stipe would be able to get in on him. John will poke him in the eyes or kick him, or hit him with that front kick and keep him away. But I think he'd poke Stipe's eyes out. That's the real question I have for people that love John Jones. If they can acknowledge that eye pokes are part of his game, and the way he extends his fingers, it's so illegal. It's so illegal, and he does it every fucking. That's his whole technique.
Yeah, walking forward, kind of palming at the hand.
I mean, he's trying to do like the noogie thing when somebody's shorter than you and you're pushing their forehead away. But dude, he fucking pokes in the eyes, and you have to run that's in the back of everybody that fights his head. Like, I'm about to watch the eye pokes.
Yeah.
But then you can also just kick their ass. I just haven't seen the creative John Jones in a while, so I'm spoiled. I want to see him get back to that. The fucking guy that came out and fucking flying kneed Shogun and shit. And then the one that fucking ripped Glover Teixeira's shoulder to shreds with some fucking weird shoulder lock.
Yeah,
against
just
the cage.
Jamming it. Yeah, just jamming it up. Dude.
Yeah, fucked it all up.
Yeah.
Take a point ASAP. Dude, I'm with you. But talking about that, have you seen the last thing I wanted to touch base with you on, Joe's the Anthony Joshua Ruiz rematch? Did you catch any of the highlights or anything?
I saw some of it. Ruiz got what dominated basically the whole
Yes, he got
time.
outboxed like crazy.
They're coming out now saying he didn't really train for it, which if that's true, then that's fucked up because that means you knew it was kind of like either that or you almost took a dive because he interrupted the post fight interview to call for the third fight. But it's like you don't train that hard, knowing that you would have to think that Josh was coming in hungry, and to not train and not be ready, like, oh, I got this shit again with just one punch. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, see, to me, I could see because I watched it that I could tell Anthony Joshua had brought in Klitschko because he fought just like Klitschko. Boring, behind his jab, but smart and boxed his tits off. Now, Ruiz, I got no sympathy for how unprofessional. He came in 15 pounds heavier. This is the biggest opportunity of your life, not the first one where you got the knockout and you're the love of the land because we all loved him and we're pulling for him. But it's when you defend. That's when
Yeah.
everything is real. And he
Yep.
fucking partied. Now I get it, right? He got money all of a sudden, he got fame all of a sudden. But Jesus Christ, nobody in this camp, you can't lose in heavyweight. But if you want to stay in that top four in that dance with Wilder, Fury, and AJ, you can't have two or three losses. You just can't. And it had to be the most important thing in his life, and clearly it wasn't. He didn't look nowhere near the same. If I'm a promoter, though, what do you do? Because AJ's going to get worked by fucking Fury or Wilder. I don't
No, I
think he
mean,
stands a fucking chance with either one of them.
no, but that's the move to make, right? The whole thing is to have Tyson fight Wilder and then unify the belts.
Yeah.
So it sucks for Ruiz because he didn't um, take it serious. Too much money, blinded by the light. I got all this green. Let me go
Too
get
much
them.
food, baby. Shit. 15
Yeah,
pounds heavier. Shit.
yeah, especially because he was so much lighter than Joshua the first time around. Then it will be interesting to see
I agree
what happens
100% with
next for him.
Vincent. He's saying same we are.
He,
Disgraced himself, man. He had the opportunity of a lifetime right here. If he beat AJ again, he buries AJ, and he is sitting there with his dick in his hand, waiting on Wilder or Fury.
yeah,
And then he's set for life. I mean, he's that money now is life changing for his kids and grandkids if he won this fight.
do you
Disappointing.
do you give him the third fight?
I almost
Or
think you
was
have to. There's going to be nothing for AJ either, because Fury and Deontay are going to fight, right? And then when one of them wins, they're going to want to run it back a third time because they got a draw, and then somebody's going to lose, and they're going to want to run it back again.
yeah.
And Deontay's got to. I know everybody loves his one punch power, but he looked like shit till he won. Till he knocked the dude dead in this last fight. So he just sits and waits with that fucking
Ortiz?
right hand,
Yeah.
kill somebody. And I mean, it's worked out. He fucking kills everybody, but that's a dangerous way to fight. He's not the most technical, but he's from my fucking home state. Goddamn, he's from Bama, son.
Well, that's not going to help him when it's against Fury.
No, Tyson Fury is a fucking animal. The way he rose from the dead after his soul left his body,
Fucking Undertaker.
dude. It really was a long 10 count though. I mean, shit. I went back and watched it. Jesus.
It is, but what are you gonna do? You gotta go by who's counting, right? You can't fucking.
That's boxing though, and that's what worries me about. I do like that Jorge though is still trying to work on Canelo. All these MMA fighters like shit. I want some of that high end boxing money, baby. But none of them high end boxers want to come and get the smoke over in the fucking octagon. They want everybody to come to the squared circle.
Well, hell yeah, man. I mean, leg kicks, dude. Them leg kicks would
Oh,
die.
God. First time you get leg kicked, anybody that hasn't trained, it's a nightmare. First one you ever take changes your life. Right then if you want to keep doing the shit.
That is one of my concerns for Jones is leg kicks. After watching Homeboy, the fuck is his name?
Reyes?
No, Alvarez, Tiago.
Oh yeah.
He just fought right. Actually, use leg kicks and get in there on him. Like
You're talking about Santos, Thiago Santos.
Santos. Yeah, Santos. So watching Santos leg kick the shit out of, God damn, that's a horrible that I just fucked that up.
Dude,
uh,
he's right. It's totally different sports, and the money, and it's there in the high end boxing for sure. But if you're like a mid card boxer, there's no money. Like it's terrible too. You know, I feel bad for guys in all combat sports. They're underpaid unless they're the fucking tip of the spear.
yeah. Well, you're bringing in the most money. If
Well,
nobody's
I mean, you look at what they did to Liz Carmouche. They had just re-signed her after her last fight, and then they cut her fucking ass when she's out doing promotions for the UFC. They cut the first UFC female fighter, fucking veteran, awesome ass American, and a great fighter, great female fighter. They cut her fucking ass while she's doing promo work for the UFC in Washington, D.C. at our nation's capital. That's one of the biggest bitch moves I've ever seen in my life. And they blamed it on they said that the team that does the cuts wasn't aware of it. Well, fuck you. What kind of business are you running?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Is that not sketchy as fuck that she found out while she's doing promotion for fucking the UFC that she's cut?
Yes.
Give me a fucking break.
Yeah,
Chaps
shady.
my ass. Uncle Randy's pissed about that, goddamn.
I see it. Oh, shit.
Well, shit, I think that covers us, Joe. You got anything else we need to add? Wrap this one up or what?
Yeah, Eric Anders coming on December 18th.
Oh shit, dude.
You forget?
How can I forget that? My boy, fucking your boy, Eric Anders will be here with us. I'm gonna shit my pants.
I know.
You're gonna have to run the fucking show that, and I'm just gonna sit there and stare. I've loved that son of a bitch since his Bama days.
Hey man, it's a give-take relationship. You rock more, I rock more. We'll get there. But yeah, dude, I'm fucking pumped up. Damn man, Vincent was at a ton of fights, is what I've been seeing in this chat.
Oh, dude, he knows his shit.
But I'm glad you have the ability to go, like the chances to go. Like I said, I've been to the Dominic Cruz fight when he fought TJ and won the belt, and BJ Penn Edgar 2 when it was in Boston.
So do you like him live, Joe? When you see him live, do you enjoy it?
The experience is like the first time was kind of a fluke thing because like, I sat with Gabriel Gonzaga the whole time, so that
awesome.
was like that was an awesome time. The second time sitting up on the balcony where we were, I mean, it was good. It was fun. I was like my wife's first fight, so teaching her as we're going through was fun. But I told her next time I go, like I'm getting up there. Like I want to be up where fighters are coming out or where anywhere close. Like I want to be up there in the shit fucking screaming at people. It's just weird not hearing the commentators. But you can get it like on the app, so you can listen to it. But again, you're not gonna hear shit.
Oh shit! I hate to interrupt you. Did you watch the fucking Tito and Alberto Del Rio fucking fiasco?
No, I did not. Did you
watch the replay of it or Googled it yet?
No, I will Google that as soon as we're done, though.
Oh, dude, it's a fucking disaster. It was the worst shit I've ever seen. The fact that Alberto Del Rio, dude,
he wear the mask.
No, he didn't wear the mask.
All right.
And I want you to watch it, and we'll talk about it next week.
All right.
Tell me if you think it was fucking rigged or not. I'm so sick of this shit.
I can
Tito
see
had him on the ground. There's some points. Just watch where Tito had him on the ground. What was Tito known for in his career? Vicious ground and pound, right? That's what he was known as. Elbows from in the guard, like that. He was nasty with that shit.
Yeah.
He's sitting there pitter pattering Alberto Del Rio. Like it was fucking clearly fixed. I did the same, Vincent. I did the same. Sadly, I wasn't going to pay for that fucking shit. Fuck that shit. And then they gave Tito a fucking replica WWE belt for the win, a spinner belt.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's fucking garbage. Fuck, man. I hate that shit for Tito. Chael has been all over Tito about this bullshit, though. Like, savagery, just mocking it to the tits.
Must need that money, man.
Yeah, I think they're setting up for another old man fight.
Why though? Why?
I don't know. I mean, Tito looks good physically though. Shit, he looks exactly the same. Still looks great. All the neck surgeries and shit. He still looks good physically, but that kind of bullshit really turns me off. And I know he knows better. He's just made so many bad relationship decisions in his MMA career that nobody will fuck with him. I mean, first off, he's a horrible businessman because you decided to try Golden Boy. I mean, what the fuck? You didn't know Oscar De La Hoya was that wasn't going to work out?
Yeah. It's frustrating.
Go on for days, but I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it next week.
Well, then I will definitely look it up so we can get at that shit again. But I am very excited for Eric Anders to come through StreamYard.
I can't wait to hear your questions because I don't know if I'll be able to come up with good ones. I'm going to definitely check in with you about the quality of my shit for this one because need your unbiased head.
So when you're playing for
where can they find you, Joe? We'll roll out of here.
Shit. I am at Any Pod Will Do on Twitter and Instagram. We are at Smoke Throwing on Twitter. Instagram will be coming soon. Married AF Master himself, Uncle Randy. Where you at?
Oh yeah, you can catch me at Married as Fuck on Twitter for the show with the wifey poo. Goddamn, and then you got the Throwing Smoke as usual. I've been dumping a lot of Uncle Randy there, trying to introduce myself, sons. You got to get to know me, embrace me. I want to love you, goddamn.
Yeah, no, man, it's been a lot of fun. Fucking 12 episodes deep, 13 Absolutely, coming brother. Strong, dude.
This was a great one. I can't wait to watch it and dive into it. Joe B will post our picks, and he's been whooping my ass so far. 2020, Joe's already said we're going to actually log them shits, keep a record. So I got to get my shit together.
I'll have to do like a belt or something for the end of the year.
Hell yeah. Absolutely, brother.
Fuck yeah,
this was a pleasure, man. Thank you, Vince, for hanging out. DJ for hanging out.
Hell yeah.
Everybody else will be dropping this bitch on anywhere you can find podcasts soon.
Peace.
All right, we out of here.